let's talk about Will the Circle Be Unbroken? So the first thing you'll see is that we have what's called a pickup measure. Most of the measures have, instead of in short and bread where there were basically 2 beats per measure, now we have 4 beats per measure. So you'll tap your foot kind of like 4 times. And you'll do like, this is like bum, diddy, bum, diddy, bum, diddy, bum, diddy. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. But in our first measure, you'll see that there's not enough notes there to make 4 beats. It's the pickup. So you have to sort of count 1, 2, 3, ba, 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 ba. That's how it starts. So again, to start, you'll count 1, 2, 3, bum, diddy. Then we'll get into the second measure. Now the next thing you'll see is that I've got chords up here. So you've got G, which is just open, your C chord real quick with your 3 fingers, then back to G, a lot of G. If it doesn't say a chord, that means you just stay on that chord that it just said. And then next up is D7. So that's our 2-finger chord we have done just for 2 beats, and then back to G. So all of that's going to be similar to what we've done before. You've got some notes that are circled, and I have a note to you down here. So a circle, that's just the way I decided to indicate to you that your left hand has to do something different than what the chord is. So usually when we're playing G, we don't put any fingers down. But to make the melody happen, we have to put some fingers down in a couple places or take them off. So here's how the very first measure sounds. 1, 2, 3. That's all. And that sounds kind of weird, right? Kind of E minor spooky sounding. But that's the melody of the song. I was, right? So that's why we have to put our whatever finger you want, middle or index finger, whatever is comfortable, doesn't matter. Don't mind the child back there. On the 2nd fret, 4th string, the bottom string. So let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. So again, we're putting our finger down while we're doing our brush. You don't have to put it down until it's time to brush. 1, 2, 3. Great. The next measure is super easy because we just do a whole lot of G, and we're going to be playing the 3rd string to get our melody notes until right there, and right there where we have to put a finger down on the 2nd fret. So let me play that one for us. Just the 2nd measure sounds like this. 2, 3. So that was standing by my, oh, bye, bye, bye. 2nd string, and then back to the 3rd string, but with our finger on whichever finger, doesn't matter, on the 2nd fret. Bye, 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 bye. Not that one. Bye. If it sounds bad, it's probably wrong. All right, so all together from the top, from the first measure. 1, 2, 3. I was standing by my. Great. Back to some more of open strings on the 3rd measure. Open, open 2nd string, open 2nd string, open 2nd string. And then putting our finger back down, same way we did it before on our 3rd string, putting down our 2nd finger, our finger on the 2nd fret. So it sounds like this. So this is where that exercise where we practiced playing a string, different strings for our bum ditty. So like the first string, second string, third, fourth. This is where that comes in really handy because now on this song, that's what we have to do. And we're hitting it with our index finger or middle finger or kind of both, but not our thumb. Thumbs are only doing a fifth string right now. Sorry. First line again. 1, 2, 3. Second string. Great. Keep repeating that if you want to. You can rewind me. Or I'm now going to go on to the next measure, measure number 4. These little numbers down here are just helping you count the measures. Measure 1, measure 2, measure 3. Now we're on to measure 4, starting with a C chord, throwing it down right there at the beginning of the measure, and just hanging out on that C chord, playing our third string for the melody. That's all we have to do, that whole measure. Sounds like this. 2, ready, go. Not bad, right? Just as long as you can hit that third string, you are good to go. Sorry. All right, let's go on now to our measure 5. We get off of our C chord, go back to open string on G. How's your coloring going?
Fine.
Okay, I asked you to be doing that till I'm done.
But my orange broke down.
Well, find a different color. Or use a different orange or go play with Daddy. Okay, so low string, 4th string, open, 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 open. Then we have to put our second finger down, or our whatever finger on our 2nd fret, just like we did at the beginning. So our 5th fret sounds like this. 2, ready, go. Very good. That's the same little move as at the very beginning measure, the first measure. Let's look at our 6th measure and then we'll put it all together. Just this line, we'll put that whole line together. So now we're still on G playing our 3rd string. Open, 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 and then our 2nd string. Sounds like this. 2, ready, go. Doesn't sound like much until we put it all together. Let's just play that whole 2nd row. It won't sound quite like the whole song, of course, because it's not, but let's just cover what we've just done. It's the new part. So starting on our C chord, 2, ready, go. String. Put your finger down, 3rd string. 2nd string. Great! Let's hear it all together from the top, from the first measure. 1, 2, 3. So here comes that sound on our 7th measure. We're all the way up to our 1st string. Gonna feel kind of like normal, old times on our 1st string bum ditty. For just a second, waitin' is back to the 2nd string, and then again, and then we put our 2nd fret finger down on that 3rd string once more on our 7th fret. Here's the 7th fret. Ready? 2, ready, go. Waiting in the is what we just played. coming up, 8th fret, we have to put our D7 down in the middle there. We're ready for sky, Lord. That's on the 2nd string. Then our D7 in. You'll hear that note happening in. But to get the note for the melody, we have to take our finger that was on our 1st fret as part of our D7 chord. We're going to take it off. So this is the only time we have to remove a finger from our chord shape to get a melody note. Okay, so that's why that note is circled right there. Let me show you that one. This might be a little tricky at first. 1, 2, ready, go. Yeah, 2, ready, go. D7. So all I did was I lifted up that finger. I'll do it, kind of show you like this. It sounds like I'm doing more than I am because I just am keeping on with my bum ditty. Let me do it again. Sky, Lord, in the sky. So our last, that takes you right into the last measure there, number 9, and it's just 3rd string. Sky, 2, 3. Notice this measure only has 3 beats. What's up with that? That's right. That's because the first measure only had 1 beat. So 3 plus 1 equals 4. That puts the whole song together. So to start over, you just start right back up here at the top on the 1st measure. If you're done with the song and we're done singing, then you don't have to play this last bum ditty. You just kind of end right there on that last string, that last note. So let's hear the whole thing together. I'll play it more fast so you can hear the melody better, and then I'll play it a little more slowly. 2, 1, 2, 3. Notice I missed some notes. That's okay. I knew I did in the moment. I just kept going because we're trying to work on our timing along with our notes. And sometimes when we're playing a song, keeping going is kind of more important. But now let's play it slowly and we'll try to make sure we get all those little notes in there. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Great job. Let me know how it goes.